It is time to welcome Ian Hurtado Zafra, otherwise known as DJ Decoffinated from Batcave San Francisco, to New Music Mondays. Hello and welcome, old friend.
Hey Chulas, how's it
Uh,
going?
Really good. It's great to see your face. It's been a
Good to
while.
see you. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So we've got a lot to talk about. We have a really fun event coming up that you and I and a bunch of people are collaborating on. So I want to go over the details of that for our viewers because I think they'll find it interesting and exciting and that they're all going to tune in.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I'd also like to talk about the events that you do. They're really fun and kind of different from a typical goth club. So I want to get into that. You've also got a really exciting Mixcloud page that you're really active on. So let's talk about that and any kind of new bands that you've been listening to lately as well. But let's start with your history with music and the music scene and as a DJ. When did you get started?
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
When did
When
I
did I
get
get started?
started? Definitely before I was old enough to drink. That's a thing. So like I started throwing clubs pretty early, participating, just kind of DJing in the background. Um, and I don't know, like time doesn't really exist for me. It's just kind of always been kind of part of my life.
I totally get that. I've been obsessed with music since I was a kid, so I almost kind of feel like I was just born a DJ or something. I don't know.
It feels that way.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so how long have you been doing Batcave SF stuff?
So Batcave SF, I came on. Um, Let me say, like I started managing Batcave SF a couple years ago. I think, what are we in? End of 2020 now. So like 2019, like beginning of 2019, January 2019, I started Batcave SF up again because it had closed from what, let me say it this way, submission closed, and so we kind of had to come to an ending there, and I think that was in like 2014 or 2013.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was a bummer, but I was just DJing at the time. Vaughn and Albert were still heading the whole thing, so like I would like do door DJ. But then that closed, and then we were like, Albert and I were looking for a space for quite a while, and we did a pop-up at the Elbow Room in 2016, 2017, something like that. And then I think we did a couple other venues along the way. We had a stint at the Makeout Room, but then 2019 January, Scott Death Charge, and I started booking at the Knockout. So that's where we've been ever since.
Right, right. Love the Knockout. That was my home away from home for a long time.
Hell yeah.
Been
Yeah,
on.
they're really cool there.
Yeah, yeah. The brothers and all the bartenders and everybody. Um, your club has always struck me as being pretty different than other a typical goth club, whatever a typical goth club is. They're all slightly different, right? They all have their own personalities. Talk to us a little bit about the personality of Batcave SF and the influences that you've brought to the club.
Totally. Yeah, so my style of doing Batcave SF and like Batcave as a whole, goth as a whole, is very much queer Latine oriented. And that kind of comes from like my inspiration from hanging out at Club Scum, and that's a party down in Los Angeles. And like I just love like the whole combination of like bringing, I don't want to say combination, it's actually more of a coming out, if you will, of just bringing all aspects of yourself to the club. And so for Batcave San Francisco, it's very much like, not only do we do goth, not only do we do post-punk, death rock, whatever, like we're also, we love cumbia and we're queer and we want to show our colors and we want to, do our fucking thing. And so it's really important for the way that I throw Batcave San Francisco, that all of these things take up space and that we're able to kind of like enjoy all of our multifaceted aspects.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a really great experience being exposed to particularly the cumbia music, but also the safe space that you provide for folks in the LGBTQ community, especially the younger folks that might just be coming out or whatever. It's just such a valuable contribution to our culture and our community, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Definitely, I think it's very important too that at Batcave San Francisco, it is BIPOC oriented. And so all of the artists that take the stage that our platform are BIPOC, and that we are able to be kind of very cognizant that in many other spaces, BIPOC people in the goth scene do not have as much representation. And so curating the every event that I do, not necessarily just at the Knockout, but you know, I throw generator shows as well. I always prefer to platform BIPOC artists.
Right. That's amazing. So we're kind of relegated to online events right now. We're in the middle of a worldwide calamity. And I know that Batcave SF isn't real active with the live streaming and stuff, but like I mentioned at the beginning, we've got a really fun event scheduled for September 12th. I was going to say
Yes,
Saturday, September 12th, but I'm not sure that that's the day of the week.
I think
It's
it's a
September.
Saturday.
It's September 12th. Online. That's on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DavyBonesOakland. And let's talk about it because it is jam-packed full of talent. Like every time I look at the lineup, I'm like, wow, I can't believe that we're getting all these incredible people involved. And
Yes.
a lot of these folks are folks that you've worked with before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about who our viewers can expect to see when they tune in?
Yeah, so I'm really excited that Batcave SF was like asked to participate with this. Like we were talking with Vex that are rolling as Bat Noise now, so like good for them. Yeah, so Batcave SF was like asked to participate, to bring the drag, to bring the fantastic performance art. So all of these performance artists, queens, are queens I have worked with before, particularly Dusk. I've thrown, oh my gosh, I think 4 or 5 shows now where Dusk was headlining, visiting artist. And they in particular are someone that, oh my gosh, you'll find definitely amazing. Vivi Incognito is coming back. I've thrown a few shows with Vivi, and she's like Satan incarnate. So she brings this kind of like element of destruction and glamorous death into the equation. And Hexity, Cochina Rude is hosting, thank God. Cochina Rude is resident drag queen at Batcave SF and does our emceeing for the drag shows. So having her host is just like home away from home kind of thing.
Right.
Hexity comes in. Hexity brings this very ethereal goth, very how what's the right word? Very sentimental, emotional. She kind of hits you right in the heart. And then we have Shanita Bump, who I was booking for the March 21st Batcave that unfortunately we had to cancel, of course. But I was super happy to have Shanita here in, you know, virtual form. It would have been nice to do physical, but
Wow.
I'm super excited to see Shanita's performance too. It'll be my first time working with her.
Amazing. And then you mentioned Vex, Vortex, Empath, Zen, Roxy, and Lulu, who I think are heading up the band portion, right? They're the ones that are booking the bands, and the bands are just incredible. The Ire from Philadelphia, who came through last year, Gina Marie brought them out here last year, and they played at the Uptown with a bunch of really great bands. And their performance was just amazing. Lifeless Past from the Netherlands, who are an incredible combination of kind of post-punk and death rock and just really great folks. Vex is playing. Death's Head from Oakland, really great kind of experimental death rock band, and then Sindicato Vertical from Spain, who I'd never heard
Yes.
before, but they're really cool. I'm just kind of getting to know them. So yeah, really excited about all of that. And then there's a few DJs that people probably haven't heard of before. Oh, they've heard of you. You
Oh, come
all right,
on.
all right, all right. So you are DJing myself and Adrian Scissorhands, who
Yes,
yeah,
I'm so excited for that. You're
I know.
DJing. Oh my God, we're back together.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done an event together. I've done several with you over the years, and it's always been really fun.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the three of us DJing, and it starts at 6:30 Pacific time on September 12th, and we'll be talking about it more on my show as I interview several of the bands that are performing. I've
Cool.
got a interview coming up with Lifeless Past and Talking to the Ire, but they're pretty busy with like moving in the middle of a pandemic, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about it a lot over the next couple of episodes before the event.
Excellent.
So let's talk about it's a benefit for the East Oakland Collective.
That's correct.
Yeah, so tell us about that and why people should tune in and donate money to them.
Yeah, so East Oakland Collective is super stronghold for marginalized communities in Oakland. They focus their mutual aid work on distributing food to those that need it. And so it's very much like Food Not Bomb style. They hook people the fuck up with whatever they need. And there's quite a bit of stress on helping seniors, helping those who are differently abled, helping those who may be going through houselessness at the time, or people that are just experiencing low income, or maybe they just lost a job, or they're between whatever. The East Oakland Collective is there to support, and their website is eastoaklandcollective.com. So if you feel like donating before the show, they definitely need the money. They've been running all their asses through all the problems that have come with COVID-19 and economic shutdown, job loss, et cetera, et cetera. So they could definitely use the money right now to continue those efforts to get food to hungry mouths that need it.
Absolutely, it's so important right now, and if the benefits for unemployed folks don't get renewed, which I mean, it looks like they're just not going to. The need could grow exponentially over the next month or two. So super, super important that they're doing that work, and it's real important that people who can afford to contribute funds go ahead and donate to them. So that's eastoaklandcollective.com,
Yeah.
and we'll be raising money for them at the Goths Against Racism event. I don't think I've actually said the name of the event yet. Goths Against Racism on
Goths Against Racism.
Yeah. Let's also talk about your Mixcloud page, because you've got a ton of really great mixes on there. It's mixcloud.com/decoffinated. So is that kind of your musical outlet right now while we're in the shelter in place mode?
Yeah, so throwing Batcave SF, I would kind of like just give myself like one DJ set, like usually 30 minutes to 45 minutes to like do a performance piece. So I've integrated like drag and DJing kind of like together where they could share space. And so doing the Mixcloud is kind of like the continuation of that, where I can't do it in the physical, but do it kind of in the virtual. And so it's very much like curating an art show, if you will. Everything is kind of like on this sort of journey that you go on, where you kind of like start in one place and it explores kind of ideas through the music, and it takes the listener on like I don't want to be too arrogant, but a little bit of an educational trip.
Oh yeah, I mean, as a DJ, like that's what you strive for, right? Yeah,
Thank you. I
there's
agree.
there's no shame in that. That's great. And I'm curious about what current bands, maybe with kind of recent releases from the past year or so, that you've been into lately.
Yeah. Past year, I can't remember that part back. There's been a lot of good music coming out just like every fucking month.
I know.
So the most recent one, goth related, Tumbas from Bogota, that my favorite death rock band in the whole world. Like, you want to think death rock, you think Tumbas. So Tumbas just released their first full-length LP. Super congratulations, felicidades chulas. It's a wonderful LP. It's very kind of raw, very surfy too, and filled with lyrics that uh, really pack the punch socioeconomically and politically. So definitely ups to Tumbas. Another one, Heterophobia. Whew, that's like queer punk on fire, and like some of their music gets a bit dark post-punk too, so you get kind of like a nice mix in there.
Great. Heterophobia and Kumbas.
Tumbas, like
Oh,
Tumbas.
Tumbas. Okay, great. Can I request that you play a song from each of those bands in your sets on September 12th?
Oh yeah, already done.
Awesome. Good. Very good. Cool. DJ Decoffinated, it's been wonderful speaking with you. Great to see your face after so many months. I'm
Yes.
really excited to be working with you again on the September 12th Goths Against Racism event.
Igualmente.
Yeah, I'll provide links for everybody to the event, to your Mixcloud page, to the bands that you mentioned, and to the East Oakland Collective website as well.
We also got cash apps and PayPals for all of the queens, so remember to tip your queens. They need that money.
Excellent. Yeah. Let's make sure that that's all up on the event page, and it will absolutely be up on the screen during the event itself.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Ian. Wonderful to see you. Thanks for joining us on New Music Mondays.
Yes, thank you, Davey. Much appreciated. I'm happy to be here as always.
We'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, hope you liked that video. If so, please like and subscribe to receive notifications when we upload more content. New Music Mondays is a live stream show every Monday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/DavyBonesOakland. It features myself and a weekly guest DJ spinning new releases in the world of dark music, post-punk, goth, dark wave, as well as interviews with the people that make the music happen. So it's a lot of fun. Make sure to join us live. Again, that's every Monday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., or actually about 9:30 Pacific time. The audio will always be uploaded the next day to my Mixcloud page, mixcloud.com/DavyBonesOakland. And thanks for watching the video on YouTube. The interviews will all be uploaded to the YouTube channel, as well as an occasional kind of behind the scenes video as well. All right. Thanks again.